Sophia Harris here, Lao Global Consulting. And I promised when I did one of the videos, I believe, on World Entrepreneur Day, that I would do a video specifically talking about gender bias and the challenges women face in business. So before I go into some of the main challenges that women tend to encounter, and as a woman in business and as a certified executive coach, I help a lot of female entrepreneurs deal with some of the biases and challenges they encounter as they try to climb the corporate ladder. So let's start with some US statistics. And if there are any representation of global statistics, this might be alarming to you, or you may already know. According to US data, between 2 and 4% of all funding issued by venture capitalists go to women. 2 to 4%. Even if we're looking at 5 times that, 10%, if that's how the global funding is treating women founders, then where are we on the journey to gender equity? We're not far. We're not making the kind of progress that we talk about making. 2 to 4% of venture capitalist funding goes to female founders? That blew my mind. Let's talk about other issues female entrepreneurs and senior executives encounter in the business world. As an executive coach, I work with a lot of female entrepreneurs through executive coaching to help them to deal with things like communication. Most of the venture capitalists, when women are seeking funding, when they're pitching to VCs, they're pitching to a room full of men. Maybe there might be one woman there. Do you know how challenging that is for a woman to pitch to get funding to a man or men who may not understand the value of her value proposition, the relevance of her product or service, especially if it's geared towards other women? Pitching to a room full of people who communicate in a different style than she does. That in itself is challenging. Even when you go to banks, if you're dealing with a male banker, he just still may not get it. Beyond that, here are some of the other challenges women encounter, and I personally have encountered. And if you engage LGC for coaching sessions, we can help you tackle these in a way that proves to be successful for you. All right, so women in business, have you ever been in a boardroom with majority men, and every time you speak, they cut you when you're talking? Or if you make a contribution, it is glossed over. But if a male in the room repeats the exact same thing that you have said, their comment is addressed and even applauded. It's something that we face all the time as women in business. But don't take my word for it. Don't take my word about gender bias. Let me ask you to do a little exercise with me. And this is being addressed to men and women. Close your eyes. I want you to think of 5 people that you admire in business, role models, successful entrepreneurs and business owners that are your role models, that you would love to be your mentor, that you aspire to their level of success. Both men and women. Tell me honestly, how many of the people you pictured in your mind were men, and how many of them were women? I've done this exercise myself, and I can tell you, I probably could think of 2 out of the 5 that were women, and I am a supporter of women in business. Representation matters, and we're not equitably represented. The opportunities to rise up the ranks to the senior level are limited. And as you will hear over and over again by lots of women who are successful and CEOs and founders who make lots of money and are wealthy and established, they will tell you it is an established school of thought that women are assessed by their performance and men are assessed on their potential. And if we make one slip we are judged. We are placed in a box where we are labeled and that's it. We got our shot. But a man is repeatedly given a chance to prove himself. Another example, before I wrap up, is when a young entrepreneur, a male, is aggressive and, passionate and loud. They say, yo, that guy has potential. He's a go-getter. He's going places. He's charismatic. When a woman is like that, more often than not, they say, she's a little emotional. She seems unstable. She can't control her emotions. She's not right for this position. Why do we do that to each other? And it's not just men that do that to us, it's women that do it to each other. And I say, I charge all the women paying attention to this video today, should it reach you, take the time to really look at, have you been a supporter of other women, senior to you at the same level or just your peers? And the next time you have an opportunity to witness a pitch or a presentation or work with another woman, why not give her the same chance, the same grace, the same, break you would give a man? See her potential. And women, believe in yourselves. We are socialized to not be aggressive, to not be asking for what we want with gusto, to not be demanding. The last exercise I'm going to leave you all with is, another let's imagine exercise. Close your eyes, and when I say to you, say we're on a call, and I say to you, call the office and speak to my secretary or my assistant, and let's see if we can schedule an appointment. What gender immediately comes to mind when I say my assistant or my secretary? Is it a man or is it a woman? Don't blame yourself. We've all been socialized in a way that we have these gender roles and gender assignments. We don't have to hold on to them. We can choose the ones that we hold on to, the belief systems, the behaviors, and we can release that which is not good for us, that which is not right. So, women out there, if you're encountering gender biases, you're having trouble communicating effectively, leading effectively in a boardroom, leading your team because you feel like as a woman you're not being heard, you're not being effective, they don't respect you, maybe your demeanor is not in a way that inspires others, reach out to LGC. We can go through some coaching sessions with you to help you develop your leadership skills, your communication skills to be more effective without losing your feminine ways. You can be a strong female leader without being what other people expect you to be, without losing your femininity. Nothing is wrong with emotions, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Thanks for tuning in. All links to communicate with us are in our bio. Have a good day.